Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Careful folk artist Dennis Ramsay coming at ya. True crime. Today's topic is Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. He lived in California, USA. Richard Ramirez was also a drug addict. He enjoyed dating prostitutes and streetwalkers. He also did a lot of break and enters and thieving to get money to buy drugs and to pay for prostitutes. Richard Ramirez was also a Satan worshiper. He didn't believe in God. He was an atheist, a devil worshiper. Anyhow, Richard Ramirez would prowl the nighttime, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. That's why they called him the Night Stalker. And he'd look at houses to break into. He'd look for open windows or doors unlocked. He went into many houses and would rape the women and kill the people that lived in the house. Meaning the man, if there was a man in the house, most times Richard Ramirez would shoot him dead with his .22. Richard Ramirez then would rape the women. But 9 times out of 10, Richard Ramirez would kill the women he raped, and the men that were in the house also would die. Richard Ramirez would rape old ladies in their 80s and 70s. Any victim, it didn't matter to him about age or health or whatever. Richard Ramirez killed 17 people we know of. Personally, I think he probably killed 20 to 30 more. Just crimes where he was never caught or there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. He also was under many charges of attempted murder. I think 10 or 12, where his victims live, but it would be classified as attempted murder. Richard Ramirez was a bad seed and a devil worshiper. He hated religion. He didn't believe in God. He was atheist. He was a drug addict. He would break into homes and do some thieving to pay for his prostitutes and drugs. Richard Ramirez was a bad man. He'd prowl at night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, looking for victims. Like I said before, he'd go from house to house, looking for unlocked windows and doors so he could enter. That's why they called him the Night Stalker, or the Prowler. He would prowl at night time and stalking houses and looking for victims. Anyhow, Richard Ramirez killed 17 people we know of. Also about 10 to 12 attempted murders. And I personally think he probably killed 40 to 50 people, at least. Anyhow, most serial killers kill more people than what they're convicted of. This is true. Many murders they get away with, or there's not enough evidence to convict. Richard Ramirez was a bad man. He hated anything that had to do with authority, and he also hated religion, and he was a Satan worshiper, or a devil worshiper. He believed in Satan. That was his god, Satan. Richard Ramirez, when he was a young kid, suffered from epileptic seizures, so he might have had a certain amount of brain damage as he got older. Anyhow, Richard Ramirez was abused by his father. His father, being a cop, used to beat him with leather belts and straps. So as a kid, Richard Ramirez was physically abused by his father. Richard Ramirez was a strong Catholic when he was a kid because his father and mother forced that upon him. So he was a Roman Catholic when he first started out as a young kid. As he got older, he resented the religion and became a devil worshiper. And he became sadistic as he got older, very cold, and very mean. He became homeless and lived on the streets of California. He slept in the slums, in rundown hotels, and he became mean. He became mean. So the streets made him mean, Then he started breaking into houses and apartments, stealing money, and stealing goods to sell or pawn off. Then he'd take the money for street drugs and prostitutes. Richard Ramirez was a devil worshiper. He believed in Satan. He was an atheist. He did not believe in God. He hated God. And he was a mean entity, a very negative individual. He enjoyed rock and roll, prostitutes, and drugs. Anyhow, Richard Ramirez killed 17 people, probably 12 counts of attempted murder also, where they didn't die, but come close to dying. Anyhow, like I said before, Richard Ramirez, I think, killed 40 to 50 people at least. He was only convicted of 17 murders and 10 attempted murders that we know of. Richard Ramirez died in prison. He died from cirrhosis of the liver back in 2013. Anyhow, he had liver failure, so he died from that. Richard Ramirez will be always remembered as a devil worshiper, a serial killer that preyed on the weak, old ladies and men. He would shoot to death, beat to death, stab to death. He'd rape most of the women as victims. He'd rape them. He was a sexual sadist. He also enjoyed bondage because all the victims were tied up. So there's an element of bondage there. Richard Ramirez was a cruel, mean psychopath. There's no good way to put it. And one guy said to him, "I'll see you in heaven, Richard Ramirez." And I think Richard said to him, "I'll see you in Disneyland." Then he started laughing, meaning that he didn't believe in heaven. He doesn't believe there's a heaven. Richard Ramirez was a sadist, a devil worshiper, a drug addict, and a psychopath. And he enjoyed the killing. And like he said one time, "I enjoy all that blood on my hands." So he was evil, plain and simple. Richard Ramirez was evil, bad man, bad seed, whatever you want to say. But he's one of the only serial killers that actually was a devil worshiper that I know of. And he believed in the devil and he believed in no gods. So he worshipped the devil and he was atheist. And there's not much more to add to that than that. I've pretty much told the whole story. Like I said before, Richard Ramirez died in 2013 of liver failure in prison in San Quentin, California, USA. If you like these stories, subscribe to the Dennis Ramsay YouTube channel. And I'll be doing crime stories. Every day I'll do a different new crime story, true crime. Take care and have a nice day, and bye for now. Sub up the Dennis Ramsay YouTube channel. I need subscribers. I'm a folk artist, and I enjoy singing rock and roll songs, and I enjoy the